Okay, welcome back to Hell in the Hedgerows for turn 5. What are you expecting to see this turn? We've just had our first contact, our first proper contact down here, where this Stug has destroyed a HQ Sherman down here. Now there was another Sherman behind it around here somewhere. So we'll see if we can regain contact with that. And we'll also see that Stug is there to cover that road down there into the crossing objective down there. So we'll see if anything pops up on there. The Fokker Wolf is still circling about. The Typhoons are also still circling about. And as you can see, General's interdiction fire here in this kind of area is a massive obstacle that we can't really do very much about. We are trying to move forward, but it's slow going for the leg infantry. What else have we got? We've seen a scout team moving down here towards the fords in the centre there. There's also a Sherman hiding behind the Bocage up there to cover the fords, and we've spotted a Sherman and a big Bedford truck heading down this way. Now the Bedford had a Piat team, a Vickers HMG team, and a 6-pounder that it was towing behind it. So that's a kind of what would you call it? It's in the wrong position for it to be forced bum rush, because it can't get through unless General has some breach teams or some sappers and things in the truck. He can't get through this Bocage here, so it might be dashing down here and then moving across down here using this sunken lane to set up here so it can enfilade across the fields here. I'm not 100% sure what he's doing with... That's what happens when you accidentally press the Windows key. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what he's doing with that. We're just going to keep an eye on it. And the Stug, we might need to move that back. It depends on how far up General has got his infantry. One of the problems here is that I don't have a lot of observation up front. I literally have those two scout teams. The other ones all got typhooned to death. So this could turn into a kind of messy attack. But we'll see. Like I say, it's a rolling, developing situation. Let's press play and see what happens in this one, in this turn. And ooh, that's another shot that may or may not be the same Sherman. Whatever it is, the Fokker Wolf's also had a go at it. Oh, there's another Sherman. And the only person who can really see that, I think, is the Stug. Oh yeah, they're shooting back at the Stug now, I think. Yeah, that's going to be the engagement of the turn, I think. I'm going to see what's going on there. Still got General's interdiction fire down here. There's all the infantry moving forward. Yeah, unfortunately, they're not going slow particularly. It's just that it's a really big map. It is like maybe 1.5 kilometers across, so you know that's a long way when you're just running. So even that, did we get any... I'm just going to do a real quick check. Did we get typhooned? I don't think we did. That's interesting. Right, so let's see what happens over here. What does our friendly neighbourhood Stug get up to? It's really interesting here, the contrast between this and Stavelot, where Stavelot is like, you hit an enemy tank and that's reason enough for celebration. Okay, so that was the same Sherman. And then it's being shot up by the Fokker Wolf as well. There's another Sherman. Oh, that's straight into a hull down there, is that one? Oh, we only just missed it though. Yeah, a bit of an exchange of fire there. Then we've lost sight of it. don't think we spot it again, do we? So yeah, it's about the 20-second mark, isn't it? You know what? I think I haven't put the effects on this game. I haven't modded up the effects. I'm going to have to change that. I did have a big clear out of mods. Because it was really slowing things down. So this is that Sherman that it's fighting at there. And you can see this is the hull down position it's getting into here. So yeah, we only just missed that one. Of course, it only just missed us as well. Yeah. So, then it's disappeared behind the reverse slope here. So, I'm gonna have to decide whether we move the Stug or we leave it there, because he's definitely spotted it. Whether we reverse it up and give it a slightly different angle to work with, maybe, or reverse it up here for where it couldn't see, and then bring it down to the hedgerow. I'm not sure. How confident am I in the armour of that Stug, in the frontal armour? It's a fantastic little mod, this one, which gives you some values for all this stuff. So the front armour is about 81 to 87. So let's click on the Sherman. Yeah, I think it's still going to penetrate the front of the Sherman. Oh, the Sherman might still penetrate the front of the Stug from that distance. Now that I revealed that I can't really make sense out of this, I've forgotten how to do it. It's been ages since I played Battle for Normandy. But that's okay, we can roll with that. Wow, that looks... Yeah, that's why we mod it. That looks a bit funny. Apart from that, there's no other movement apart from that little engagement rolling on the left there. Yeah, so business as usual, I think. As you know, like we've been saying, the problem is this. Well, a serious issue is this. That's been destroyed. That blitz, hasn't it? That interdiction fire. It is a bit of a pain in the arse. Right, so let's reverse that Stug up a little bit. You know, to leave it there or not leave it there, that is the question. Yeah. We've done our engagement. What we want to do is really maintain our forces. So, you know, we kill a Sherman, that'll do. Yeah. At the same time, it is the only eyes we've got up there, so I think we're going to have to leave it there. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are going to have to just leave it, aren't we? Well, these guys are gooning forward. Yeah. So, General's really stuck a spanner in the works, but you know, that is the kind of thing we expect from him. get these guys up here. We are going to need some eyes over here, if that is what General's up to. Seeing as though we've seen movement over there. Just because they're yeah, they can just about see into that orchard. Of course, if one of the things with the terrain here that I hadn't really considered before here is that General gets up here into this orchard here, he can cover the front of the ford and to some extent the bridge. You can shoot all the way down the railway line. That is quite interesting. So maybe that's where that 6-pounder is supposed to end up, aimed down there. So we'll try and get those guys up there as fast as we can. Yeah, just mostly for the sound context. Doesn't need to see. We don't need to see everything. We can listen. But let's another turn or two, and we'll see. We'll maybe let the Panthers out a little bit, and we'll see what they're. What they can see when they get up. All these pixel chopping getting confused by the Bocage. The plus side is that General is probably having exactly the same problems as me here, trying to manoeuvre people forward. Not much else we can do there, I think. Yeah. No, let's send it back.